Hey Anna, it's so nice to have you on the show again. How are you doing today?
Hi, Elisha. It's very good to be here for the second time. Yeah, I'm
That's
very
right.
good. I'm very good.
Beautiful. I tell you, it's a good feeling to have you on the show again for the second time. So thank you so very much for being here, Anna. You say, I truly appreciate it. And oftentimes, Anna, I love to thank my guests for two main things. And I do this so often that it has become an anthem. So firstly, I want to say thank you for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform again because you invested in yourself. And you see, oftentimes, Anna, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, there was this tall, unattractive mango tree. And I use the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. I just walked past it. But you see, just recently, Anna, I was on that same road. And this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes, but ripe mangoes, you see, very ripe mangoes. And I was so excited. It was a beautiful moment that day, you know. And in my mind I was saying something like, now you're talking, mango tree, now you're talking. Because I was really, really excited, you see. It was a beautiful feeling. Now my point is the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming an amazing person that you are today, that alone has made it impossible for me to skip you. And that's why I say I have you on the show again because, you know, getting to listen to you speak the other time, oh boy, there are a lot of incredible insight, I tell you, and the impact your work is having. It's amazing. So we've got to benefit from that again and again and again. So thank you so very much again for accepting the invite and being on the show. I truly appreciate it, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. And I hope today we're going to discuss some interesting topics that, as you said, will grow. Because a tree doesn't give fruits, instantly. Everything takes time, and everything takes growth and care. So yeah.
That's so correct. Absolutely true. Okay, so let's get started. I'm quite excited to have you on the show today, Anna, for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, I believe it takes the application of knowledge. And not just knowledge, but the application of it. And you see, Anna, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing Anna on the show is for the sake of the listeners. You see, Anna, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I'm totally convinced that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So to get started, Anna, let's begin first with your introduction for the sake of those folks who aren't aware of you or they don't know you properly yet. Talk to us about your personal or professional journey. We're just so curious right now. So let us know how you got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Anna, over to you.
Thank you so much, Elisha. So my journey, started it started a few years ago, when I started to heal myself. When I started to change my diet. So I stopped consuming too much processed food, and thinking about who I am, why there are certain things that I'm doing that are particularly specific to myself. So I went on kind of deep knowledge about myself. I did a course. It's called Tsutsai Science. So it's a science how to balance our mind, body, and soul, for better alignment and to understand ourselves better, how we move, how we think, what are the specific mistakes that we make in life, what triggers us, some specific illnesses that we can have during our lifetime that are only specific to our own date of birth. It cannot be specific to a different person, so then when I did the course, I started to mentor myself, and because I had a business in real estate, I didn't really understood why there were certain things that weren't going the way I was planning them to go. And I only found the answer to those things when I studied Tsutsai Science. So, and then basically I was working in real estate for the past almost 5 years. And then I noticed that a lot of business owners, even people who don't have a business, they don't know themselves. They just falling into the trap of the society's limits and limiting beliefs. And then I kind of noticed this kind of thing that nobody is helping business owners. There are so many coaches here, and I'm not saying that the approach is not correct or that they are doing the wrong thing, but majority of coaches and mentors, they're giving just a general advice. They have a script or they have few exercises, particularly for one, let's say, issue, right, that they are implementing with every single client. The reason it doesn't work on long term, what they're giving, their guidance, and I'm saying this because I tried coaching and I tried mentoring from people who didn't know me, who were just giving me a general thing. They had a book, they had a few exercises, a few questions that they would ask me, and I was like, after the exercise, I would understand, where I was doing the wrong thing. But because it wasn't specifically particular to my personality, to my the exact issue that I was having, they didn't work in the long term. And another reason was because they were not looking at the issue from like 360 degrees, so they were not looking, okay, let's talk about let's say, for example, I'm going to give you my example. I had sciatic pain. I went to doctors, they did an x-ray. They saw that one of my hips were just a little bit higher than the other one. But that's it, and they said, you can take ibuprofen, you can take paracetamol, but nobody actually looked at the pain because, I couldn't sleep for months. I was in severe pain, I couldn't walk sometimes. And, women are more tolerant to pain than men. So that's the only reason, I could function. I could do my daily job, I could walk through pain. And then I started to go deeper, to look deeper. Okay, what is the issue here? Where is this coming from? Where is this pain coming from? And I found the root cause of the issue. I healed myself. I'm now, I think, 2.5 years free of sciatic pain. Of course I have to do my exercises to keep the body and the energy flowing, because I had a lot of stagnated energy. And what I found, and I was speaking to later, when I healed my sciatic pain, later when I spoke to a few of my clients, they had the same exact issue. Because they had sciatic pain, and I was like, well, okay, I healed myself, I can help you. And knowing this, applying the science of Tsutsai, and things that I know myself, I was able to help them, I mean, not help them, but guide them so they can heal themselves as well, so they would not be stagnant in the pain. They would not have the same frustrations, when they would go to a doctor and they would give them paracetamol and not look at their case. I mean, this is just one part of my journey, but, the journey continues because, we never stop learning about ourselves. We never stop discovering who we are, what we came here to do, and what is our mission.
Beautiful, and that's so true. And I love the fact that you didn't allow the circumstances to dictate what you will become or who you will be or what you will do. And you stood your ground believing in yourself that you can find a solution. And you did. That's amazing. Because I've heard of stories where some folks says that yeah, the doctor said this and this and this, and I think it's over. But in your case it's quite different. You stood your ground and you try to look for a solution. That's amazing. And that's one of the greatest traits of a good leader. So I believe that's why you're so good at what you do. Okay, so we have just few questions here. So let us talk about what are the key signs that a business needs for transformation? You get it? Or should I let me say that again?
Yeah,
What are the
yes, no,
key
no, no.
signs? Okay, you got it.
Yes, I've got
Okay.
it. Well, the thing is, I have to look at the date when the business was incorporated. I have to do my own analysis, starting from, the price, the name, the date, the branding, the target market, the product itself. But usually, a business, we have 9 years of life cycle, right? According to Tsutsai Science. So every year, the business, because I apply this science to the business as well. So the business goes through a 9-year cycle. And every year, the business needs to transform different things. So let's say I'm just going to go super briefly by all of the through all of them, right? So the listeners can apply this knowledge, to their own business and in their lives as well, because what I'm saying now, it applies to our personal lives as well. So in year one is all about leadership. So the business needs to become a leader on the market. In year one, the business will have like opportunities flying to the business owner. They will just wake up in the morning, they will look at the phone, and they would have like 10 requests for their product or for their service that they are. And the business will have to the business must place itself as a leader in the market. Right. Second year is going to be a little bit slower, because second year is more about working with the feminine and children energy, right? It's in the second year is beneficial to open courses, programs, to work with women, to work with children. Let's say if a business sells baby products, it's also good to target moms as well, not only children, parents as well. It's a little bit slower than the previous year, but you're still going through like expansion because your market is different this time. Third year is where the business will have to position itself as a leader behind the leaders. So in the third year, the business has to work with leaders, right? It could be anything. Let's say if the business provides real estate, right, or sells houses, right, it's good to target councils or bigger developers, bigger developments, other companies that are big on the market. In the fourth year is the first year of crisis in the cycle, in the 9-year cycle, and it's not the crisis that we think it is, but it's going to be a transformational crisis. transformational crisis of the consciousness of the business. So this year is very beneficial to do an analysis of, how can I make myself addicted? How can I make the business, its products, its services addicted to its customers? This is how the business owner should be thinking. The fifth year is where it's beneficial to work with IT and sales, right? So whatever you have, so whatever business is doing, it's very beneficial to work with IT companies, worldwide, and sales. So if the business, sells something or has provides staff who sell, it is good to focus on those areas. In the sixth year is going to be one of the most successful year in the life of the business. It has the energy of luxury. It has the energy of expensive quality, beauty as well. So in the sixth year, the business owner should be thinking about how to approach beauty businesses, to work with, maybe some celebrities, but not influencers. And this year is also a year when God is going to love the business the most out of 9 years. The seventh year, again, is a year of crisis, but spiritual transformational crisis. So this is when the business should be looking at, or the business owner should be looking at the business to see how they can transform the business spiritually. Right? So working with spiritual leaders, spiritual communities, really thinking about, okay, does my business aligns with God's mission? Right? Because if a business owner is only thinking about making money when they're opening a business or when they're starting a business, then it's a straight line for failure. If you're only thinking about money, the business is going to fall sooner or later. The eighth year is a year where the business is going to have to work a lot. Like, nobody in the business is going to be sleeping. Forget about holidays, forget about anything. This is a year where the business will have to think on a global scale, right? So not just small regions or a particular country. This is a year where the business has to be like expanding worldwide. It also can work with land, like acquire land is very beneficial during this year, to acquire land for the business, to, maybe develop some products that have land or real estate within itself, or acquire land or acquire real estate to bring value to the business. And then the ninth year is actually the year of 2025, is the same energy. So it's a year where everything that didn't work till now is gonna fall. Everything that the products that didn't sell, the business owner has to be thinking of, maybe replacing them with something else. It's not a year to start something new. It's a year of ending, right? It's a year of where the business is going to be very slow. That's why I said, the 8 years before, you worked so hard, the business worked so hard, and then on the 9th year, we rest. So it's very good to have to have an expert like me to during this 9-year cycle, because the 9th year is one of the hardest. This is a year where you cannot open anything, you cannot expand your business, you cannot start something new. It's a very it's not that the word I'm looking sorry, I just forgot my words. It's a year where everything ends, you know. So that's why it's not beneficial to start something new, to expand or change products or something else. It's good to have to make the plan for the next year, and it's good to rest, you know. So and how we calculate the years, so the date and the month, right, plus the existing year. So we add this, the, let's say, for example, today is 6th of March, yeah, 2025. If we add up all these numbers, we get a number. So this is how we calculate uh, a personal year of the business. So let's say if the business was open 5 years ago, the way we calculate each year, we just add to the date when the business was incorporated or when the business started to operate. So the date, the month, and the existing year. So this is how we calculate it. And then at the end, you should receive a number.
Amazing, I got that. Yeah, I'm definitely taking that as a final thought. So for folks who would like to reach out to you, Anna, or even ask questions concerning everything we've discussed, how can that be possible?
So I'm very easily reached on LinkedIn. So my business email is support@resurrectionmentor.com. And I also have a WhatsApp, Telegram number, which is a UK number. It's +44 74 055 68 900.
Beautiful. So that's going to be the end of the show, Anna. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot.
Thank you so much for having me, Elisha. And yeah, if you have any questions, just drop me a message. Okay.